And the recording is going, so just go.
Leave it in. Welcome to The Good Pod, where today we're talking The Good Wife, Season 4, Episode 3, Two Girls, One Code. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Reed. With me, when you look up Chicago plus nerd on Chumhum, you get this woman's picture, Marissa Garza. Marissa, you good?
Me. I'm good. Jason, are you good?
I'm good. Two Girls, One Code. If you don't know what this episode title is referring to, good on you. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
Don't put Two Girls One Anything if you don't already know what it is. We're trying to save you. Don't look it up.
Yeah, don't look. I was really kind of surprised that they went there, although the show is like telling us just like how they were extremely online during this, especially for a CBS show. You know what I mean?
Yes. Two Girls, One Code. Listen, it had a lot to do with the
Two
episode,
girls and one code. Yeah,
you can't really say it's something mischievous, but it is. Here we are, Season 4, Episode 3, getting into it. I thought this was another solid episode, minus that one storyline.
Yep.
So,
if we can just cut that out of the Good Wife pie for a while, this was a solid episode. It had all of the there was a good case. We could follow the case from start to finish. We had some firm development stuff going on. We had some Alicia and Peter, unfortunately, but also stuff going on. And it didn't have a lot of kids or Jackie, so it hits all the marks for me.
Successful. Before we dive into the episode, we want to remind you some free and easy ways you can help this podcast. You can do that by rating, reviewing, and subscribing wherever it is you are watching and or listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up. It lets people know that are into this content that we are around. I'm sure there's tons of people out there that are into The Good Wife that have no idea we exist. We try to get the word out, but you can help us doing that by rating, reviewing, and subscribing wherever it is you are digesting our content. It helps us a great deal. You can also email us at thegoodpodfeedback@gmail.com if you want to chop it up with us about any and everything, either Good Wife related or whatever related. You can do that at that email address. If you want to help us out monetarily, you can also do that by going to buymeacoffee.com/goodpod. There you can donate any amount of money you wish, big or small. We appreciate anything that you're able to drop into our coffers to help us maintain this here podcast. Now that that's out of the way, Marissa, let's deep dive into the episode.
Oh wow, that was so dramatic, Jason.
I try.
All right, here we go. Case of the week. We have the case of Two Girls and One Code. Pretty much, there are two girls who idolize Neil Gross. Are gross because he's kind of gross. Yeah. From Chumhum. Chumhum, as we talked about, doesn't go away. Chumhum is around for a long time. But these two girls created their own company called Margarita Margarita Moments, which was voice recognition software. And they're suing Neil Gross because before the certain day of I think it was July 13th, 2011 or something like that. They were at the top, June 13th. They were at the top of the rankings. And as you know, as a citizen of the internet, page rankings are very, very important when it comes to businesses. And they were at the top. They were there. And then after June 13th, they were on page 28. And they're saying that this happened because they refused to buy ads on Chumhum. So that's setting everything up. We see our good friend Viola representing Neil on the other side. We've got Will, and everyone takes a turn, but it's mainly Will. We have Alicia. We have Carrie come in, and sometimes Diane's consulting. It's kind of a team effort over there, but Will is back.
Yeah, Will's back in his bag now. He's relishing being back in the courtroom. He's having fun again, laughing at the defendant's offers. You think that's enough? Get out! You're not laughing because usually you laugh when you joke. So why are you not laughing? Will's back on it.
Yeah. And the one of the girls on the stand is Neil, Mr. Gross, we went to the same college. I idolized you. So this was so hard to really take. And we learn at this point that the Judge Marks, is hard of hearing. And Judge has been around for a while. Did you recognize him, Jason?
No, I didn't recognize him right off the bat because I am not a Sopranos watcher. Those of you that watch Sopranos would probably tisk me because you know this is Junior Soprano. I know the name Junior Soprano just from being in the world and hearing people talk about Sopranos, but I had no idea that this was that guy until I looked him up after watching the episode. This is Dominic Chinese. Chinese? Yeah,
Chinese?
Chinese? I don't know. It's his name. He was Junior Soprano on The Sopranos, so he's very famous to a lot of other people. Not me, but that guy. I like this judge. He was. I liked how at certain times when he was like being uh disregarded, he'd be like, "No, I know more than you think I know. Even though I
Oh
am hard of
yeah.
hearing, I'm still with it because I'm a judge. So don't try and patronize me, Viola."
Yeah, it was great. It was great because right now we're just introduced to the fact that he's hard of hearing because he's like
Mhm.
asking the witness, like, "Hey, can you
Can you speak up, please?
say that again?" And Viola is contending that the Margarita moments fell in page rankings not because of anything that had to do with Chumhum, but because there was a review on UberTech that said that Margarita Motions has plagiarized and it stinks. So obviously that was strong enough to tank the ratings. And our friends over at Lockhart Gardner come back and say, yeah, but like also, oh no, Viola says, and it couldn't have been anything because Wicked Savage Design went on sale and they had a lot of press, so that might have like pooped or whooped them up in the rankings and kind of sent you down. So that's kind of where they're standing at this point.
Yeah.
They go back to the offices and Will is like ready to set this up. He's like, okay, like we're gonna talk to them with our clients. We're gonna go into the conference room, do all this stuff. But he tells everyone, like, wait here, we'll be back. I have to go get ready. And as he goes, he finds out that Clarke has rented out the conference room.
Yeah, apparently to maybe some other law firm that's handling a divorce case because Will Will has the best confusion face in the business because Will walks in and there's this guy there who I guess is the husband who's being divorced and probably sued for half his money, maybe. He's like, "Is this the guy? Is this the bastard?" And starts getting upset with Will. Will just stand there looking at him like, "Who are you? What are you doing in my law office? What's going on?" And this is when, we find out that Clarke is renting out office space to
Smart
other
move.
lawyers. Yeah, smart move. He's like, they're giving us $8,000 to rent out this office space. So, we need to take any money we can get. There's like, and Wilson's like, what am I gonna look like not having office space to,
Neil
talk to
Gross.
my people, talk to Neil Gross. And so they all have to meet in Will's, I guess in this instance where there's so many people, shrinking office where it looks like like everyone's kind of huddled together in a circle in Will's office.
Yeah, it's like a combination of like a sofa, some cushy chairs. They brought in some other chairs. There's a coffee table. There's not a real table.
Yeah,
And in the background, you can hear like the arguments happening
yeah,
in the conference room. It was a really great setup.
it was.
Uh,
It
at
was
this
good. It was a
point,
good running bit throughout the whole
yes,
episode.
yes, exactly. And Viola sits here and she's like, "We're going to be so generous. We're going to offer $123,000 to cover what you lost in setting up your business and everything, and we'll just call it a day." And this is when Will comes in and says, "Why aren't you smiling? Because that's a joke. You
Mhm.
usually smile when you're telling a joke." And Neil calls Will out kind of by saying, and by talking to the clients and saying, like, look, they don't have any leverage, so you might as well take this deal. And Viola is playing to Clarke because she gets up and she walks out and goes to talk to him and says, hey, you're representing the creditors. I don't think it would look bad or look good if they denied this $123,000 and then or like had a chance to have it and lost it. And meanwhile, Carrie is like rubbernecking himself around the
Yeah,
corner trying to
Carrie,
watch this all happen.
Carrie, who we're 3 episodes in, and I'm waiting for
I know, a
Carrie's
Carrie
moment.
moment.
I'm waiting. I mean, he's back. He's trying to get his feet back under him in Lockhart Gardner. I'm just waiting for that Carrie episode where we're like, oh yeah, there's the Carrie we know and love. He back, baby. He back. But as of right now, he's moving in silence, watching things. He's like, what's going on here? Little Viola going to go see Clarke. What's going on? So he's clocking stuff. He's looking. He might be silent, but he's watching. He's always watching.
Silent, stealthy. That's where he's doing a better job at that than Kalinda. Um, at least the storyline in
Cause got her
general.
own stuff going on.
Yeah, she's got her own stuff. Back in court, the Viola puts a like explainer video on how Chumhum works by like there's a gopher that goes through and finds the pages in the internet that you need and all this stuff. This was the judge is like, I don't need the stinking gopher. I know exactly what this is doing.
He's like, you're trying to talk about a hyperlinked based algorithm system for search engines, correct? And she's like, yeah. He's like, I already know about it. We don't need this.
Well,
And,
at first he's like, whoa, do you need it louder? Is it too
yeah.
soft? Like,
And
no.
she's like, no, I already know about all this. You don't need to patronize me by trying to explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old what an algorithm based search engine is all about. I do like Neil, like as they're playing the stupid little instructional video, we have Chummy, the little gopher, trying to explain to people. And Neil's so like, please, yeah, I came up with Chummy. Do you like that? Like Neil on the stand smiling was like, yeah, that's my baby right there. And the judge is like, this is stupid. Like, I already know what this is. Turn this shit off. Like, I really love the judge. He's like so no nonsense.
Yeah.
He's like an upgraded Questa because Questa might be out of
Yes.
but this guy's just like, nah, I don't need to hear all your fluff. I don't need to hear all this. I know what I need to know. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it rolling. Let's go.
And the reason for all of this is because Viola is trying to argue that there's no connection between ad sales and search ranking because the gopher doesn't even know about the ad. Like there's no, there's nothing there. And Neil is saying like we don't touch the algorithm. That's the whole reason why we are what we are. We just don't touch it. And this is when like Will takes a deep breath, fixes his neck, like he's warming up to go on the mound, like he's like all ready to go. And he's like, oh, so like you never like touch or tweak the algorithm? And Neil's like, I never said that. And it's like, but you do, right? Like, when would you do that? And he's like, oh, for spam. And also, like, we check on it daily. The algorithm is tweaked daily. I was like, Neil, you are going down so fast in this situation. And
Will's laid out for him. He's walking right into Will's trap.
yes, yeah. And
let's go.
yeah, and he leans in hard and he's like, okay, well, if you are saying that you didn't touch the algorithm on this specific date, the date that the clients are saying that their rankings tanked, we need to see the records on the algorithm. And
he asked about the specific day, like the specific day, the our people's page went from page 1 to 28. He's like, so on this day, did you touch it? Did something happen to it? And he was like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. He's like, but you said that it gets tweaked daily, right? And Neil's like, yeah, but I don't know. But like, was like, well, guys, basically he's like, well,
I have no choice. I have no choice.
If Neil doesn't know, we have to find out. So why don't we go ahead and take a look inside the algorithm, everyone? Because that'll be okay, right? Everybody will be okay with that. And then
yeah, because like algorithm is like their product, right? Like, and they're gonna hide behind trade secrets, which is something that tech companies do all of the time. They're like, we can't tell you because of trade, blah blah blah. Viola's like, this is outrageous, but okay, fine. If you're gonna subpoena, like the judge is like, this makes total sense. Like, this is the thing that we're gonna do. And Viola goes, can we have 24 hours to prepare? And he's like, huh? 24 hours to prepare. So they bring on 2 witnesses to kind of delay the subpoena. We've got Tom, the SEO guy, and like, again, Viola's trying to explain search engine optimization to the judge. And he's like, I know exactly what that is. And she's claiming that Tom, the CEO guy, was hired by Margarita Motion to help them climb the ranking systems. So saying that they gamed the system to begin with. And so if there was any tweaking to the algorithm, it was to undo the game, like to make it clear again. And then they got this advertising lady who were the people or the person that approached Will's clients saying or asking for the ads. And she's saying, I didn't tell anyone that this wasn't a done deal before I went on vacation because bad news is always best when it's delayed. So they're saying that because she was on vacation during this June 13th, 2011 date, she couldn't have been responsible for having the rankings tank.
Yes, I mean it totally undercuts our people's argument of like, well, they were sent down the pages because of denying denying selling Chumhum ads, so that's why they're put down to 28. And this is saying no, that's impossible because the ad lady didn't tell Neil that they didn't buy ads. So we got to find some other reasoning for the page being sent down to page 28.
Yep. And so they think they've got like a good enough case that they go back to Lockhart Gardner and say like, hey, we're going to give you 20% more, $160,000. And Will, I know like your ego's in on this, but like you really should just like take the offer. And at this point, they're like, no, we're not going. And in this room, we have Will, Diane, Alicia, Carrie,
And Clarke.
anybody else? And Clarke. And
Because
Clarke. Yeah. Because
Viola
Clarke,
looks to Clarke. Viola looks at Clarke like, get your boy.
well,
Get you, because
also like this 20%, like I'm doing you a
yeah,
favor. Like
yeah,
20%.
because Will laughs at her again. Will's like, you're coming with 160. Get real. And you see Viola shoot Clarke a look, which makes Carrie be like,
Yes. Carrie's
oh, yep, something's definitely going on here.
Yeah, but they have found out while in the 24 hours to prepare for the subpoena, they have found out that Neil actually bought Margarita Motion's
Competitive,
competitor,
Wicked Savage.
Wicked Savage Designs. And so wouldn't that make sense that Wicked Savage Designs would go up in the rankings if Neil bought them around the time that Margarita Motions fell in the ranks? So that's their new positioning, which is pretty strong. And at this point, Carrie's like, he's like, I gotta say something. I don't know who should I say it? Who should I tell it to? Should I tell it to Will? Should I tell it to Diane? Walks out the door, follows Diane, pauses for a moment, and
Yeah,
then goes and then tells Diane.
I think Carrie's so nervous about his new footing in Lockhart Gardner. He doesn't want to make any waves, but he's just like, should I number one snitch on Clarke, because Clarke does seem to have a lot of pull with who stays and
If he
who
stays where he
goes.
goes, yeah.
So do I want to snitch on Clarke right now? It's like, but if I don't snitch on Clarke, then I could be letting something crazy go down. So I do kind of have. I loved just the
It's just like
pause he took of like, it says so much. The pause he takes, like whoever made that directing choice to be like, all right, Matt Zuckery, before you walk into to the scene with Christine Baranski, you're gonna pause because you're really thinking about this. You're really
it could have
thinking
been
like,
Matt. Matt could have done it. Like
hey,
it could have been his choice. Like he could have
I didn't.
just done it one day.
Yeah, I don't want to take no shine off of Matt. Matt could have done it himself as well, and because that pause says so much in the moment. To be like, is this a good idea? I don't know. This could have a lot of consequences for you, but yeah, I'm gonna go do it. And like, and the fact that he
It's
went
his
to Diane, his like,
Yep.
this was happening before Carrie left. Like Carrie was Diane's lapdog. He went to her for everything, and so he's doing it again. And not even to see the conversation, but to see like the conversation on the outside was so cool.
Yeah, it was because like we didn't need to see the conversation. We knew what
Yeah.
he was going to say. We knew what he was going to do. But like the part with the pause was what was really needed to be communicated to us as the audience. And I think it's still like he's still got his moral and ethical things. He's like, I could keep this to myself, but that's not ethical for me at the firm. Like I have to do something with this. So he does. He goes in and tells Diane, and wastes no time and ends up
Up,
in Clarke's office.
up Clarke's ass. Like you mother effer, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Yeah, like, why are you talking to Viola? And he's like, I'm on your. She's like, she's obviously lowballing you. And Clarke's like, yeah, but I'm helping. I'm negotiating. Like I'm playing for your side. Like I'm not negotiating, but I am like pushing her to go higher, and it's working. And he says to Diane, you don't even recognize, or you've been paranoid for so long, you don't even recognize when someone's on your side. And so I really do think that Clarke is one of these people that is like so in love with bureaucracy and so in love with it. Like he's for, like, he'd be a good government worker. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one of those. So I believe him. Do you?
I mean, yeah, like I hear you, Clarke. I get you. I do. I think he's correct because he's also like, your success is my success. So I want to make sure we're getting the best money, the best whatever at any given moment. So we're working on the same side. You're being paranoid. I'm like, yeah, I mean, yes and no, because you should have told us that this is what you're doing, so that when Carrie snitches on you, I don't think you're doing something nefarious because I already know. So the fact that you're not telling me is what's getting my red flags raised up. But yes, and I also think what Clarke thinks is best and what Diane thinks is best are two different things we've seen.
But at
So
this moment, for this thing, they're
yes,
the same.
we want the most money we can get in this moment. But I don't. I think from Diane's perspective, it's like, yes, we are both going toward this goal, but we want to get there in different ways. So I need some communication to make sure that our ways are meeting up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
like
get you doing
trust
this on the
me, like
side,
talk to yeah.
but let me know you're doing it on the side so that I'm not when my guy Carrie comes and stitches on you, I'm not up your ass because I already knew this is what you were doing. So communication is key here.
Yeah, and I think Clarke just thinks it's implicit. Like,
Yeah.
I obviously am on your side, and Diane is like, no, that's not how this works. That's not a thing. All right, back in court, Viola is raising a question of standing on the subpoena because right now the subpoena is still in question. They're saying because we need to see the algorithm, we need to see Chumhum's algorithm. Chumhum owns the algorithm, and Viola's like, actually, I don't know if they do. Or like, I don't know if these people, the clients, should be the ones asking for this data because I don't think they actually own the company of Margarita Motions. Isn't that right, Chancellor Carlisle? And like this guy stands up in the back and he's like, yeah, actually, because Margarita Motions was created on school property with school resources. The school owns it. It's according to the handbook. Like, I can't do anything about that. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah,
And
this is definitely like a stalling tactic, like
for
from like
sure.
just try like let's try to do anything we can to just get this case thrown out. So we're resorting to the fact that like, well, actually, these girls can't even sue Chumhum because they aren't even the owners of this company. The school is the owner of the company, right, Chancellor? Chancellor's like, yep, totally. We own the company because they made it on school property with school resources. So ha ha ha, nana nana boo boo. Now I think all of us at this point watching this was probably like, we know how this is going to go, right? We know
Well,
how this is going to get defeated.
it's so great because Will's like, okay, sure. That's the argument you're making? Great. Let's use that argument. Hey, Chancellor Carlisle, did you write this book? Did it garner $70,000 worth of royalties? And did your school get any of it? No. Well, no, because I'm the chancellor and that's it. And he's like, "Oh, the rules are different for you? Like this is not this is what it says in the handbook. Like, what are you going to do about this?" And Viola like is objecting. The judge is like, "No, this is like this is good. Let me lean in." Like,
Yeah.
let me get some more information. And in his questioning, he's like, "Okay, so you're claiming that you own Margarita Motions that was created on school property using school resources. But didn't you read that in Neil Gross's book that he talked about your university and how he used your school and school's resources to create Chumhum? So, and Chumhum is like $86 billion. And I know Neil Gross donated $50 million to your university, but so why aren't you claiming ownership of Chumhum? Like, that's just so weird."
Hoisted on their own petard, which they will do a lot in this episode. They introduce things and you're like, oh crap, it actually works against us. We should not have introduced that. Like, yeah, thanks, great. And I love the judge is like, all right, I've heard enough. Like, you, like, Chancellor, you suck.
I love when he told him to get out of my courtroom. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, he's like, I get it. Yeah, I'm going to dismiss the fact that, the ladies don't own this company. We're going to just do away with that. Chancellor got out of my courtroom. You're an idiot. Get out of here. I was like, yes, thank you, Judge.
This waste of time is done.
Yes.
And Will's walking out of that courtroom feeling pretty good, feeling pretty high on himself. And Neil stops him for a little conversation. And he's like, listen, I know what you're doing. Like, I know you're in trouble. I know you just lost your, highest paying client. I know that you're trying to get me to hire you. And Will's like, look, there's an advantage to knowing how your biggest competitor, Patrick Edelstein, works and thinks. And Will's like, that's so cute. I like you. And I'm going to go out of my way to never hire you.
Well,
And Will's like,
he say he doesn't like him because like,
oh,
like,
I don't like you. Yeah. Sorry if I misspoke that.
Like,
yeah, don't like you.
He's
and
like,
then
usually I buy out my competitors. But see, here's the thing, Will. I don't like you. It's like,
and Will's like takes that and turns it back on him. He's like, look, if I can annoy you, if I can irritate you, imagine what I could do to your enemies. Like, this is the relationship you want with your lawyer. And Neil, of course, is like, I'm too rich to care. Like, yeah. I'm too rich to even think that through.
I can just buy my way out of anything, is basically what he's saying. Like, I don't need your help.
Neil's back on the stand saying that he's not going to acquiesce to the subpoena because this, these are his crown jewels, this algorithm. We can't let it go. It can't be seen in the wild. And then he throws out an argument that this is protected by the First Amendment because it's freedom of speech, and he's claiming to have like the rights of a newspaper editor when giving up sources. He's like, I can't name my sources, the algorithm, just like newspapers can't name their sources on a story. And Will at this point is giggling. He's like, this is where we're at now, like this is what's going on. And the judge is like, don't do that. Like, no.
I mean, talk about a stretch. So it's like, oh my god, like you're really reaching this far to like try to protect this algorithm by claiming its First Amendment rights. Like, get out of here, bro.
Yeah. So Alicia brings Uber tech guy, the guy who wrote the review at the begin that was mentioned at the beginning of this case, on the stand, and he is such a tech bro blogger dude. He's first of all very proud of himself that he won like some sort of something in 2010. But then he said he wrote that Margarita Emotions was plagiarized. And Alicia's like, cool, do you have proof? And he's like, no, I don't need it. It was my opinion. And basically she's saying if Neil is claiming editorial discretion, then he's responsible for checking the facts on all of the pages that Chumhum links to. And just to make sure, little blogger man, like Chumhum never called you to ask for the accuracy of this, and Viola's like, this is outrageous. We cannot be held responsible for every single page on the internet. Alicia's like, well, you're claiming First Amendment rights. Yeah. This is kind of like the thing you're going to have to do. And there's going to be a lot of defamation suits if that's your argument. And then Viola's still like appealing to the judge, and just like, no, like you're the one making this argument. She's not. Like, she's just answering your argument.
Yeah, like again, just turning their arguments back around on them in such a masterful way. I mean, like, you guys don't even know what you're doing. Like at this point, girls should definitely fire Viola and hire our people, right? Because Viola's doing so poorly at this.
Right? Yes. And she like was not prepared at all. Like she acted surprised when Will said, hey, Neil bought Wicked designs. Yeah. Yeah. She's like, oh, so I don't know. She might not be the best lawyer for the case. Anyway, she goes back to Clarke and says, okay, $1 million. I'm going to give you $1 million. Clarke's like, no. She's like, what? Why? Clarke, also, Nathan Lane has a fantastic, like, lean. Like, yes. Are you asking me to really do this? Like, really? That's what you want to be doing? He says no, he refuses, and Viola's like, that's crazy. It's $1 million. You guys aren't dead. And Clarke's like, look, I've seen the evidence. Like, you're not gonna move me on this. So then they have to go negotiate back in Will's office because not only has the conference room been rented, they broke the wall. The wall has been shattered, so I'm sure that's going to cost some money to get back.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it probably will be a wash of renting out this conference room. Now you have to replace the whole glass wall that I'm assuming this guy like threw a chair through the glass wall. He was so mad at the divorce proceedings. That's probably what happened. I love that we didn't see it. We didn't see the glass breaking. We just see the after effects. So this is like, yeah, you could probably guess what happened here.
Yeah,
right? Like the guy broke the glass wall out of frustration. So I just love them having like a tiptoe through the glass. I'm like, the hell? Why is the glass all over here?
And everyone is here. Like Diane is here. Everybody's here. And she walks in. She's like, so where are we at? And they're like, basically, like nowhere. She's like, what do you mean? It's either settle or release the algorithm. And you know what the thing is about the U.S. judicial system is there's always a third way out, being capitalism. And so Neil bought out the clients, basically gave them enough money and hired them to run Wicked Savage Design for him at Chumhum. And they're like, oh my God, it's Neil Gross. Like, I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. So that's where it ends.
That was kind of shitty, right? for these. I mean, listen, you got to do what you got to do if you're the clients in the clients' seats where they offer you something like something good. You got to take it. But I was like, damn, that's kind of shady because they went out of their way to cut out Lockhart Gardner to be like, listen, yeah, y'all won, but you didn't actually win. Like, we're going to make sure that you don't get the spoils from this.
Yeah, exactly. It will not be recorded as a win. Like you won, so you say. Like, there's no receipt.
Yes. So I thought it was like it was kind of ingenious way to like go around them to be like, yeah, I hate you so much. I don't want you to profit off this win. So I'm gonna do what I can to like go around you. I really enjoyed that part of it. And the look on everybody's faces. Alicia's like running to find the clients, like, you little brats. And they're like, oh hey Alicia, yeah, we're just writing you a note to let you know. Like, oh my god, this is so great. We got jobs, Neil Gross, like, so good.
Oh,
But you know,
God.
if we get in trouble in the future, we'll definitely give you a call. Like, okay, great. I love
Yeah.
Alicia just sits down, she's like starts laughing to herself. She's like, not as good of a laugh as a Diane laugh, but it's up there.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah, so we still got money problems over at Lockhart Gardner, and things in the campaign are also kind of heating up
Before
because
we move on to there,
yeah.
I just want one more button on the Chumhum stuff. Will does look himself up
Oh
on
yeah, that's right.
Chumhum. And it says, "Do you mean Will Gardner, disbarred lawyer?" Which just goes to show like Neil Gross was like not being totally truthful, because Neil Gross was just like, I'm gonna have to say this whenever anybody looks up Will
Yep.
Gardner.
Yep.
Loved
Yep.
it. Loved it as a button to just a button to that storyline.
No, thank you I forgot about that, but yeah, that was funny. So over in the campaign, we see Eli meeting with a magazine board basically at the beginning of the episode, and the magazine is planning to run a cover story on Peter, and they want to talk to Alicia's mom. They want to talk to Will. So this is putting like a bunch of red flags and alarm bells up in Eli's mind, because he's like, oh my god, they know about Will. Oh my god, they know about Will. So Eli asks Mandy, the editor, if this is a hit piece at the end of the day. She's like, what is this? And I recognized Mandy, who's played by Miriam Soar, as being in Younger. She basically played the same role. Younger was a TV show, is a TV show, was a TV show, was a TV show with Hilary Duff and Mariska Hargitay's husband. And yes, so she's basically playing the same role here. And he's like, is this a hit piece? And she says, no, but I do have information of an affair, and I'm just, trying to verify it. And Eli goes, when are you going to press? Like, this week. And Eli walks out and shakes the plant.
Mandy does ask about Alicia's mother too, and Eli is very like, like, I've never like,
she has a mom.
I never thought about Alicia's mother. Like, I wonder what she's up to. I don't have no idea what Alicia's mother is up to, or like, he's like, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, well, I have to get back to you on that, because I didn't even realize Alicia had a mother till right now.
Yeah. He like is so upset. I do love that moment when he shakes the plant and then someone walks by and then he like studies it. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. Calls Alicia. It goes to Alicia's voicemail. Later in the episode, Eli is back on Alicia's couch and he's like, remember those days? Remember those days when I would sleep on your couch and we'd work together as a team and like talk about stuff? And Alicia at this point is like, what is it, Eli? Like, why are you here?
I like Alicia comes in like as if this is just some like regular social call. She's like, oh my god, what now, Eli? You silly goof. Eli's like, close the door, Alicia.
Yeah.
And he's like, uh-oh, this is serious.
Yeah, he's like, we never talked about this. I've avoided talking about this. I don't want to talk about this. However, were you with Will on September 30th, 2011? Ooh. And Alicia's like, wait, what? Okay.
It's just
what?
It's just the like bringing out into the light what was in the shadow, because the Will and Alicia thing, I feel like in this world is something that everybody knows, right? It's just like we can just tell something's going going on. Yeah, we've seen it even before it was happening. We've all been wondering like, what is this? I mean, Eli himself definitely knows about this because of the fabled voicemails that he deleted way back when. So he like everyone knows it, and now Eli's like, okay, like it's been this dirty little secret that no one's talked about, but now we're forced to talk about it. And how uncomfortable he is in this moment here is such good acting from Alan Cumming, and of course from Juliana Margulies in this moment to be like, all right, like it's like a parent-child talk of like, I don't want to talk about this. Like I don't want to like. it's not something I wanted to talk about. It's something I've been trying to ignore, but now we have to talk about it because things are coming up. It was such a good introduction to the moment, and the moment itself is so good.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eli continues by saying there's a hotel receipt for September 30th, 2011. And Alicia's like freaked out. And he's trying to say, like, this could be a bluff, you know, like this is part of the politics game. Like, this is, could it be? But whatever you're doing, you need to stop seeing Will. Like, I don't want to know.
And he says, if you're still seeing Will, you need to stop for a time. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know, you can like you need to call it quits for like a little bit, because he says, you know, people are going to follow you around because this magazine does that. So if you're doing it, if you're still doing it, they're going to find you if they're following you. But you know, it'll blow over eventually, and then you can go, like, as if he's saying you can go back to seeing Will after a little bit.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I mean, I think
hilarious.
that it's just like the respect that Eli has for Alicia, and like he's not going to tell her what to do. He knows he can't tell her what to do, so he's just gonna like advise her in the best way he possibly can. Is like now's not it. Like you need to do. And Alicia says like I'm not seeing him, and then he follows up with, well, can you tell me when you stopped? And Alicia says no and walks out and freaks out in the elevator. And I was very proud of Alicia for saying no, because she doesn't need to give more information at this point. But she freaks out again in the elevator. Elevators, things happen in the elevators. Just watch the elevator.
She needs to run to the safe sanctuary of the elevator. Be like, let me go back to the time me and Will were in elevators.
So with all this going on, Alicia does have to like ask Will, like, hey. So she like comes in after they're coming in from court from the Chumhum case, like follows Will and like gives him a look, and he's like, okay.
Surprises Will, because Will is it's a moment when they're leaving court. He dismisses everybody. He's walking to his office. Alicia's like following him. He turns around and says, oh, like you're following me to my office. What's going on? And that look like a concerned look on his face, like, oh crap, what is this about? And it's just like, what he knows, like, oh, what's up? Like, we get caught, like, because when Alicia look at you like that, you know it's probably concerning your dalliance, affair, whatever it is you want to call it. So he's looking around, he's like, well, let me make sure nobody else is watching. I'll close this door. Like, it was so funny.
Yeah, and I mean, she's like really, really nervous. So she just goes right in and asks, like, were we together on September 30th, 2011? It's like, I don't know, you know, like I don't know. I could find out. And she says, well, this magazine has a receipt. They're looking for proof, and we need to give Eli something to like not run the story. And Will's like, okay, cool. I will look right away. Like, I'm going to make this a priority. She gets up, and Will does an arm reach. Arm reach.
Crushing. I wasn't sure if she just didn't clock that he was trying to reach for her hand, or if she was just like, nah, bro, it ain't that no more.
I don't think she clocked it.
I don't think so. But the way that he like tried to grab for it, and then like,
I know.
He's so crushed, and she's just like, I don't know, I feel like I'm cursed. Like, yeah,
yes, exactly. Back at home, Alicia is waiting for Eli to call. Grace wants to use the phone, and she's like, no, I need the phone. I left my cell phone at work, apparently, and also conveniently.
Can you imagine? Like, this was in what, 2012, 2011, where we were like, oh, you know, I left my cell phone at work. As if it's not like now, where it feels like now our phones are sewed or glued into our hands.
Well, I don't have a house phone. Like, I don't have a landline to like. I have no other way.
Yeah, it's another one of those like stark reminders of how things have changed, when you can just leave your phone, leave your cell phone at work, as if it's like, whatever. Whereas now it's just like, these things are such a part of our lives that you can't imagine leaving it anywhere, because you're constantly on it. It's like checking for your wallet when you get up and leave places. Like, it's that
phone,
big a part
wallet,
of our life.
keys.
Yeah,
phone,
exactly.
Wallet, keys.
It's that big a part of our life, and just to see that it wasn't that big a part of our life back in the day, where you could just like leave it places and like, oh, I forgot, I just left my cell phone at work.
Also though, I mean, I know it's a BlackBerry and they had like really good security, but that is like a liability from a like, are you sure it's at work? Do you know where it is? You know what I mean? Like, are you sure someone like tow truck guy didn't pick it up? You know what I mean? Like, let's just have a little concern here, Alicia, but she's definitely just like waiting for Eli's call and says, Grace, you're gonna have to wait for the phone.
Yeah.
And Eli calls and says, it wasn't about you. And Alicia is so like happy about it, like so relieved. She's like, okay, great. Thanks, Eli. Thanks so much for calling. She goes and she says, okay, Grace, like here, you can use the phone, gives her a hug, tells her how much she loves her.
It's so funny that some of the only times we see Alicia like hugging and embracing her children are after moments where she doesn't get caught with the affair with Will. Because there was the grand jury thing
Yeah.
last season where it's like, hey, good, like she's trying to rush home to tell her kids about the Will affair before it gets out, but because the grand jury didn't go further, it's not going to get put out there. It's such relief that her affair is not going to. She's like, oh my god, kids, I love you so much. Let's go on vacation. Like, and now it's just like, oh my god, great. Thank God it's not going to get put out again. Here, Grace, let me hug you. Oh my God, mommy was about to have to tell you she was effing her boss. Oh, I'm so happy.
But then it clicks to her. She's like, oh, I should probably tell Will. So she takes the phone back, calls Will, and was like, cool, thanks for calling. If it wasn't about us, who's it about? And she's like, oh, yeah, like who is it about? Wait a minute, I gotta go. Let me find out. Let me go to Eli to the office, confront Eli. She's there, and he's like, it's not about you. It's not about you. And it's like, okay, who's it about then, Eli? Like, you better tell me who's it about. And he says it's Peter with the campaign worker. But like, this is politics. Like, this is politics. Like, we're still investigating. I'm just learning about this now. Like, don't take it for serious. But Alicia, of course, because she has been burned by Peter in the past, is already down that road.
Yeah, I love that because as Eli is still at the office with Mandy, the reporter, and like as Alicia comes storming into the office, you can see Mandy in the background, like, oh, what's going on?
It's Alicia.
Yeah, Eli's like, Mandy, get back in the office. Love that. And yeah, it's so interesting because Eli's like, hey, great news. It's not you. It's not you and Will. So please leave it at that. It was just like, no, I won't leave it at that. And like she calls it out. She's like, there was a rumor that Peter was sleeping with someone, a while ago. Like, did we know about this rumor? Did we hear about
No. She's just saying, like, look, I can guess what this actually is. She's like, let me make this easy for you. There was a rumor that somebody slept together and they have a receipt, and this is like basically like, I'll do the hard work for you, Eli. Just tell me what is there.
So yeah, I think what my question will be is, did Alicia have a right to be mad about this? Like, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't when they were together. They were separated.
Yeah, because Peter has told her that they're working on it and has said that that's never going to happen again. Don't even. Nuh-uh.
We'll talk. Let's get further in. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. So obviously this entire time, Eli needs an investigator and has been trying to get a hold of Kalinda, but she's busy doing other things, and which we will talk about. So he asked, like, hey, would you help Alicia? Like, this is not to help Peter, because Kalinda's stance on helping Peter. She's like, I'm not gonna help Peter. It has to do with Peter. No. And she's like, well, actually, like, this is about Alicia, because if this gets out, it's about Alicia. She's like, oh, okay. So they're on a bus looking at a photo of the campaign workers who were at the St. Martin, which Mandy had identified, like, where this had taken place or whatever. And immediately Kalinda's like, this blonde lady, was it her? And Peter walks in and he's like, what are you doing here? Why are you here?
That was so cringy, awkward to be like, this is the first time they've been like in close proximity. There was that moment when everybody was in the lobby of Lockhart Gardner. It was that funny moment where like Patty Nyholm's kid was in the background or whatever a couple episodes ago. But this is the first moment they're like really face to face, like with only one other person in the room. So it's close really quarters. Weird. It's really weird. Peter's like, oh, what are you like? Hands up, like what are you doing here? Like, I'm
as it should be. As it should be.
This is weird. And Ken's like, yep, super weird. And meanwhile, Eli's over here like, What's weird? Why is this weird? What's going on? Which I think at a certain point, this has happened before, where where Eli asked Peter, like, why does Kalinda not want to do any work for you? What's going on? So I think at some certain point, Eli's going to put two and two together to be like, oh. But yeah, that was such a funny moment where Peter walks on the bus. Peter obviously does not look what he's doing or who he's talking to, because he like gets on the bus and starts talking, walking the steps. He's like, oh crap, Kalinda's here.
Yeah, he's like talking about like anybody could be on the bus. It could be another reporter. It could be like anything. And he's got like let's look at this thing. But yeah, and Kalinda's so like discombobulated, she starts leaving without the photo. Like, Eli's like, do you want this? Do you want to take this with you? She's like, yeah, okay, fine. So Kalinda does her thing and finds one of the
we didn't touch on the Alicia Peter meeting at home.
Oh, I did skip that. I don't know why I would skip Peter anything. But yes, Peter was home one day when Alicia came home, and he's like opening up a bottle of wine, making himself at home, and he's like, it's not true, Alicia. Like, it's not true. And Alicia says, remember what you said last time? Remember what you said last time? You said it's not true. Ooh. And he's like, yeah, that's why they're doing this, is because they want to really like corner me. And Alicia says, I don't give a damn. Like,
we know you do, though.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, but I mean, this came at a time when they weren't together, though, right? Is like, as far as I'm remembering, or this is in the time where they're trying to work it out.
I don't know, but the man said he would never do it again, and
but they weren't together. If this is around the time where Will and Alicia were,
Sure, it is. Yes. Okay. I see that. Like, that could be a little like, but I also understand her response. I'm not saying the response was right. I just think that I understand it. Of course, she's going to react this way. And also, they've just been talking about like, they were laughing on the bus. Ha ha ha. They got the house. Like, they're doing all this stuff. And then she's like, you didn't tell me about this. Like, if it was a thing, why didn't you tell me about it? She had to find out this way. There's a lot of factors, I think, in this for her.
I mean, because he didn't want to ruin the fun time. You're like, by the way, just so you know, like, I've been begging a campaign worker.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be quite honest, I think she would respect that a lot more than having to find out from Eli or from some sort of news something. She would be devastated, but she would. Well, apparently she still loves this man for some reason.
And that also totally leaves out the ickiness of him banging a campaign worker.
Yes, agreed. Yes,
it's not as if he just met some other woman in some other profession and was having another relationship. So yeah, that would be icky enough to be like, and it's someone that works for my campaign. Like, ew, bro, what?
Yeah.
So yes, yeah. I'm not defending Peter by any means. I'm just saying I don't. Right. Alicia's acting as if he cheated on her again. Where it's just like,
no. Well, I think if anything happens like that, like you're like the tendency is there. You know what I mean? Like, to react in the way she did before. Like, she's got her guard up with Peter no matter what happens. So yeah, she's reacting in that way.
I get it.
Yeah.
I see it.
So Kalinda goes on her little investigation and finds the blonde staff campaign worker who's like, I don't know, 16, 18, somewhere in there, like in early 20s.
Early 20s.
Indira
Star. What a name.
She's like, okay, so like, tell me about it. It's like, oh, we were so flirty. At first, it was like, older guys, blah, blah, blah. And Kalinda's like, okay, well, how many times did you do it? 8 times. 8 times in the hotel. Oh no, sometimes we were in the apartment. And what's really funny is like Alicia saw me. And one time she told me it was okay because we had an open marriage. And Kalinda's just like at this point, probably like laughing in her mind because this is not an Alicia reaction at all.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so you're just totally lying. Like that's what this is.
Oh, you're probably being paid to lie.
Something because she said it so confidently. It's like, why would this be your story? Like, why would you? Okay, lying 101. Don't involve more people that need to be involved. Don't bring in other people to fight against your story. It's so weird that's the story she came up with.
If she is being paid by Mike Christiva has a reason to get back at Alicia. So
this is just a kind of like a smokescreen to just kind of embarrass Alicia.
Yes.
yes, it's gonna get found out to be untrue, like very easily. But it's still something that was out there that could have,
Well, and
you
it
know.
lets her know, like, you're not out of the conversation here. Like, you can't be as out of the conversation as you were in the last one. Like, people are gonna find things, they're gonna talk about you. You're in here, which is what Eli says when he goes into Alicia's office and asks her after she's, been informed that the clients have been paid by Neil Gross and they're leaving, and she's in her little like laughing stage. Eli comes in and asks, "Do you have an open marriage?" Like, what?
Like what? Like Eli, I think knows this is all BS, but you gotta check just to make sure. He's like,
Yeah.
just so I can do my due diligence. You don't have open marriage, right? Because it'd be pretty funny if you had open marriage this whole time and you were acting the way you've been acting about Peter and his shenanigans. But just to check, you don't have an open marriage. At least just like, what, bro? What? Like, what do you think, my G? Like, come on.
And at this point, she's like, "Well," or Eli goes to Alicia, "Well, that's what she said. Is she said you were in an open marriage?" And Alicia's like, "I can't control what Peter says." And Eli's like, uh, 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 uh. She's saying it came from you, not from Peter. So they're lying about you, not just and like for Eli, he's like, okay, this is good. Like I know more about like the way that they're going. But now I think Alicia is realizing she's like in it now. Like she can't hide as much as she did last time. And then because she's so relieved that whatever didn't really happen, she goes and kisses her Peter or whatever.
I was like, what is the motivation for this exactly?
I
Because
don't know.
I don't know. Is she so relieved that this wasn't true about Peter that she's now, I guess, apologizing by kissing him on the bus? Which I was like, I don't know if we need to go that far because I mean, it's not as if she accused him of being so out of character because it's something he has done before. She rightfully called him out for lying the first time. So why should I believe anything you're saying now? So I don't really think an apology was really needed in this instance
No.
because you do lie, bro. You are a liar. So I
Thank you.
cannot be blamed for not believing you in this moment. But yeah, I guess as an apology, she goes and kisses him, and Lord knows
Yeah,
what
but
else
like
on
what
that bus
kind of
happens.
signal is that, right? Like are what is if I'm Peter,
Mhm.
unfortunately, I'm like editing my little thing. I'm like going about my business, doing my stuff, and then all of a sudden my ex-wife comes in and kisses me even though we haven't talked to, you know what I mean? Like is what is he going to take that as? And also like what did Alicia mean to communicate? Like it's a very mixed signal type of thing. It could
Yeah,
have I don't
it,
I don't know.
I guess and we also don't know like is this the first time this has happened in a
Yeah.
while? Has when maybe when she's over at his house with the kids, something's happened. I don't know what else. What else happened on that bus that night? What this could lead to anything else?
With
I
the
don't know,
giggles.
but it really confirms that Alicia's going more and more back into that wife role with Peter. They're rekindling their relationship in these ways, which I know you just love. You
I
love
love
it.
it so much, so much. But there was an arm grab. Anyway,
Mm.
um, so we'll see what happens there. If you're tuning in now, I mean, or if you want to leave now, like thanks for listening. So great.
you
Thanks for
want to
sticking with us.
if you want to tune out before the Kalinda Wick segments, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend it because I think you probably have fun with the amount of hate we give this storyline.
I
The
know.
hate that the hate that it deserves. So you should
It's
probably stick
just
around.
yeah,
And
it's like
here
a different vibe is coming your
Yeah,
way.
especially if you're not watching with us and you're just doing this off of memory and vibes, and to know how ridiculous the storyline continues to evolve to get to, stay tuned because it just gets weirder and weirder at this point.
Okay, so over at Clinton's house, which still has like no furniture or no anything, and also she's like using the kitchen sink to get I don't know what was we needed that scene for, but anyway, tow
It
truck
seems
guy.
seems freshly banged, right? Because her hair's a
Yeah,
mess. She's having
yeah.
to drink out of the faucet for because she took all the cups out of the, out of the place because
Oh yeah,
uh
that's right.
she didn't want Nick to steal her cups. I guess I don't know.
Well, and he's coming out of the bedroom like tucking his shirt into his pants and all this stuff,
Mhm.
and he puts out the eggs and says, "I want one of your omelets." and Kalinda takes the eggs and breaks them on a plate. And then tow truck guy is like, I'm gonna call him tow truck guy, even though I know his name is Nick because I refuse to give him an actual name. But anyway, tow truck guy decides, oh, is that how we're gonna play it? Let me take an egg, squeeze it, and then rub it all over Kalinda's chest. And then she's like, okay, let me go to the stove. I'll make an omelet. He's like, not so fast. I'm gonna pull a knife, and then she pulls the knife.
No. She goes to the stove, grabs a pan, tries to hit
Oh
him
yeah,
with
that's
the
right.
pan.
That's the Rapunzel defense. Yes.
What is a Rapunzel defense?
Entangled. Her weapon is a cast iron pan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She literally tries to hit him with this pan. She misses, I guess, or grazes him, whatever.
Or he like ducks.
Yeah. He pulls a knife on her. She pulls a knife on him. It's like,
and then he's like, you have a strange idea about how things work now. I'm back. And she's like, well, this is my house, so clean up. And he doesn't clean up and he leaves.
Like, y'all think this is cool? Like, y'all think this is like cool dialogue, cool story? You think this is like edgy, and I don't know what is going on. And just the strangeness of this storyline, I don't know. I feel like there's another shoe to drop here, but they're not dropping it yet. But it's not working, y'all. It's not working. I do love it.
Go ahead.
I do love the beginning of this when Eli calls her to like talk to her about the Peter. So she's like, "Do you even work here anymore? Like, where are you?" It's like, see, yeah, that's the problem, Eli. It's so meta because it's like, no, Eli, she doesn't work there anymore because they're pulling her into this terrible storyline. Like, so she's not able to interact with our favorite people anymore. She's stuck in this like whirlpool of a storyline. Something I did, which I wanted to kind of get. I wanted to get the tone and tenor of the thoughts around this storyline in real time.
Oh, did you do some research?
Yeah, so I went and like looked at some old like reviews and some old thoughts about the storyline as it was happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were right. Like the people hated this like as it was happening. I was like, good. We're not like crazy for remembering this was an awful storyline the whole way through. People hate this storyline because it's so mysterious and so like,
well, it's unwarranted. Why. Yeah.
We don't know why this happened. We don't know the motivation of Kalinda in this moment because it seems that she doesn't want to be doing this in moments, and then she flips to going along with it in other moments. It's so weird. We don't really understand why she's going on with this, and at times she seems to enjoy it. I don't know. It's very odd, and the whole like the violence of this storyline, the knife stuff, the hitting with the pan stuff is so out of place on this show. It really feels like it just doesn't belong here.
Well, it's not, but it is. You know what I mean? Like Kalinda will fight and has like self-defense skills and will do that. But the fact that it's not paying off in any way, like we still have this guy is what is like really hard for me because it's like destroying the season 1, 2, and 3 Kalinda. I mean, they did something weird with season 3 Kalinda, but we thought we were going back to like old Kalinda. But I still need to know why. And it's hard. Obviously, it's hard to talk about because these are the words I have. Kalinda then goes to visit FBI lady Lana. They are under the covers. They have had relations. She gets a phone call. She's like, I gotta go. I think it's Eli at this point as well, calling back. I gotta go. And Lana's like, listen. Oh, it was Nick.
Yeah.
Lana's like, look, or I feel like I'm warming you up for someone else. Like you come over here, you call me, we do our thing, and then you leave. And she's like, no, you're not. You're not. That's not what's happening. And then she leaves, and we see that tow truck guy has been following Kalinda this whole time. Yep. Not great. Not great.
And he sees Lana out on the balcony, wrapped in a sheet, watching after Kalinda. It's like, okay.
So then, that night, Kalinda said, okay, tomorrow. We'll do something tomorrow. Yeah, okay. So Kalinda goes to meet Lana at a bar, and guess who's sitting next to Lana? None other than tow truck guy Nick. And at this point, Kalinda then excuses herself And Nick calls her something I will not repeat on this show, but it is a derogatory term towards lesbians. And Kalinda punches him. Okay, great. And then tow truck guy back at the apartment says, "You don't understand. You belong to me. I belong to you. And by the way, I know where your little girlfriend lives." And Kalinda's like, "My girlfriend, first of all, girlfriend. Okay. My girlfriend is a federal agent. I'd like to see you try."
Yeah, and Nick is like, stop doing that college dorm stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah. He basically says, like, yeah, you can't do this anymore.
yeah, you're mine and I'm yours. You like, I own you or whatever. The sooner
It's
this is
bad.
over, the better. I can't wait till this is done and over. I don't think it lasts all season. I hope it gets cut soon. And listen, guys, this is all it's like a punishment for Archie Punjabi from like Juliana Margulies not wanting to work with her because we have to find something else for Kalinda to do.
Yeah.
And this is what they found for her to do, and it sucks.
Well, and also, like, to that point, I know Kalinda doesn't want to like talk to Alicia about much stuff, or you know what I mean. But if they're trying to like rebuild their relationship, it's very interesting to me that like Alicia's not at least asking Kalinda, "Where are you at work?" You know what I mean? Like, there's no tie-ins, which only makes it even more obvious that it was
I mean,
part of the after or behind the scenes drama.
yeah, we have people, inquiring about Kalinda and why she's being so different, why she's not around all the time.
But it's not Alicia.
Not Alicia, because that would require them to be in the same space. They have been in the same space together this season, but you can tell they're really cutting it back. Like I don't think there was any Alicia Kalinda interaction this episode at all.
No, no.
So yeah, it sucks. I fully appreciate them trying to do something with Kalinda, give her own storyline, but this ain't it, folks. This ain't
I
it.
liked when she was trying to get more money. I liked when she was playing Eli and Will off each other. You know what I mean? Like I liked her trying to be a free agent, like talking to her other friend who had the agency or whatever. I liked that. And I also liked the mysterious like having this husband out there, but I wanted her I wanted the story to be more empowering for her. Like kicking him out and having him leave or something. And she has pulled a gun on him, pulled a knife on him, beat him up in a parking lot, like done all this stuff. And I understand. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum, like if that's what gets you going, that's what gets you going. But I don't believe that with this character, like I just don't.
Yeah, and I think we've always seen Kalinda as cool, calm, collected, unbeatable, smart. And the fact that she has not turned the tables on this
Yeah.
guy yet is out of character for her. Because usually with with people like this, Kalinda will have found a way to get rid of them, done something else to, I don't know, make sure that they don't come after her. But it just seems like she's going along with being treated poorly. So it's just like, that's not the Kalinda we know and love. And I don't remember exactly how the storyline resolves itself, unless at the end of the day she's been stalling for time until she can get something else together, and she, epically pulls one over on him at the end, which I assume is what's going to happen. I don't remember. Uh,
Well, yeah, I mean, like the fact that she mentioned that Lana is a federal agent, they could team up against him, but I
right.
don't remember.
So until then, it just feels like it's beneath her character to go along with these shenanigans. But like I said last week, it's also showing that Kalinda is a little human, because
Yeah,
a lot of us are in toxic relationships, same toxic
yeah.
relationships that we know we shouldn't be in, and so on and so forth. But it feels icky with Kalinda.
Again, I would appreciate it if I knew why. I
Yeah,
would, like if I knew something, did something happen in her childhood? How did she get into this
yeah,
relationship? Like what then I could say, "Oh, I understand what's going on." But right now it just doesn't match up with the character we were shown for the
yeah.
past 3 seasons.
Yeah, if we got some sort of like monologuing from Kalinda of why she can't quit this guy, why she feels like she's drawn to this man, but for the most part, it feels like she hates him. But I'm like, so then why are you living in this space with him? Why
Well,
are you
and
letting this in? It's
I
weird.
I think she has in the past 3 seasons shown signs of like her not respecting herself based on like some of the stuff she did with Blake. Like I didn't was not great. But again, I would love to know more. I would love to know why.
Yeah.
Like I know I usually can write the show, but I can't really write this one.
Exactly. So yeah, that's our episode for this week, y'all. Marissa, you want to tell the
Yeah.
folks where they can find you and all of your musings, all of your space out there on the World Wide Web?
Oh, on the interwebs, on the what did we used to call it? Internet superhighway.
Mhm.
You can find me at itsmemarissag.com. I have links to all of the websites, all of the podcasts that I am on, including this one here with the Good Pod. We will be expanding our coverage to Elsbeth later this week, so stay tuned for that because Elsbeth is back and apparently has a lot of guest stars, which I am excited about. So we shall see how season 3 goes of
Mhm.
Elsbeth. And then I'm over on Whirlwind Podcast talking about Pretty Little Liars, one previously on at a time. That show is also a show that I can't write because who knows where the heck it's going. And then I also talked to my sister about Star Trek to the Next Generation on USS Sisterhood over on whatever podcast player you're listening to. Outside of that, I do have my own business. If you're interested in looking, supporting anything like that, please go to marissagarza.com. You can find out more information there. Outside of that, Jason, I'm just like catching up on Love is Blind. So tell me
Yeah.
what's going on over with you.
Listen, the mess is messing over there on Love is Blind. You can hear me break it down with Asia Welch, Mary Krakowski over on the Rob Has Podcast Network on the Love at First Sight feed. We've done the first 6 episodes. We are going to be talking about this latest drop of 7 through 9 coming up this week, so stay tuned for that. You can also catch me talking about the show Married at First Sight over on my Patreon, a Perfect Match Patreon, with Asia Welch. We're talking about old seasons of Married at First Sight right now. The newest Married at First Sight season is coming on October 23rd. So when that comes out, you can check me and Age talking about that over on the same feed you get Love is Blind on, the Love at First Sight feed. So a lot of things coming up. October is a packed month for all the things that I talk about. So if you are looking for me in different places, I am very easy to find. But until next time, stay good.
Hold on, I can't find my cursor. I'm getting there. Nope, didn't do it. Hold on. And we're gone.